stand over here, look at the camera and smile and tell the beautiful people what we're doing.
Beautiful people. This is what we are doing. Hey everybody, it's Adam Corbin. Got Alise back here finally, right? Just did a little vacation. Almost had a car rammed by a rhino. True story. And this emu attack survivor.
Hey, but anyway, we're gonna finish up the carburetor build today. So that's what we're going in through today.
Yep.
So I hope you guys like what's to come. Cool.
See what happens. See what happens when you get pushy, Mr. Producer.
Alright. I probably still cut our heads off, but I don't care.
We're just standing
So
there.
have him just edit it in to drop.
Yeah, just give me a little.
That would be way. That's too much CGI.
That's
So when
alright.
our production guys gonna get that
The
done.
SD card isn't working. I mean,
Oh, it says it's still going.
It may be now. Alright.
All right. Top hat is gonna go down our main jet port.
okay.
And let's see.
Didn't drop through this
So
time.
let's flip it around now because it should stick through just a little bit. Flip it backwards again.
It worked earlier.
There it is. Alright, cool. Still don't like it. Still feel like that was out for the viewer. There it is.
All right.
Ta-da! Emulsion tube.
Okay.
Main jet's already barely threaded into it, but we're going to be able to run that right down in the middle there.
Okay.
So go ahead and finger tight them down, and then I'm going to grab the 8mm wrench and a large flathead.
Are the threads supposed to go all the way down where they're completely covered?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because it sucks.
They're getting real hard real quick.
So it leaves about 3 threads sticking out.
Okay. Let me see. You. Nope, you didn't have that. So okay. Alright. Let's get it now. Yeah, that's tight enough. I'll let you feel where that's at.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Then we're going to set it down or take the screwdriver and make sure that jet is actually tightened in that emulsion tube. Is that too big?
Yes.
Okay. Let me get you one now.
All the parts hopefully should be in from Harley to start putting your fenders and everything else on by Thursday, hopefully.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So, let's also, I want to re-verify that the pilot jet is tightened. Okay, so I'm going to grab that guy. And then, we're going to be able to take your bowl here and the new gasket, which is right here. So you can go ahead and get that out of the package and start getting it to lay into the groove here, okay?
Okay.
Yep, it was tight, but I'll still let you feel it drop into there. That was the pilot, which, remember we had checked the sizes before we had put them in? And, okay. So now we know we've already done the float bowl needle, right? Pin, emulsion tube, I like to call it the top hat up there,
Yeah.
main jet, pilot jet. We've replaced the gasket for your float bowl.
Right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take that and set it. So now what we're gonna need to do is set it like that, and then
Make sure my gas can be put out,
right.
which is really good.
A little off. There you go. Okay, now hold pressure up on that bottom portion. And where's the, okay, yeah, turn it over so we can get this. There you go. And you will need to get 2 of them down like that before you let go. If you do one, it can still tilt up on the one corner enough to let the gasket out.
Hey, what we may have to do, Alise, is I may get a hold of you like Wednesday or Thursday, and maybe we'll come out to you
Okay.
with a laptop and whatever, so we can sit down and watch it. But then we can lay over the audio for the next video, because I want to get the next series or the next video of yours out like this week if I can.
Wednesday would be perfect.
Okay.
Because Wednesday is when I have.
You mean tomorrow?
Yeah.
So let's make it Thursday then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because Wednesday's class is taught by someone else. I just have to be there.
Okay. Cool. I'll get with Justin as long as he's got it done tomorrow. The only thing we got is we can do it after he picks up his orange bike.
Okay. And actually, I could probably come by. How long do you think it'll take?
I don't know. It depends on how
30.
much or not. I mean, for us, we do it perfect in one take. I mean,
That's probably gonna be pretty bad then. My first class ends at 12. They usually finish up at about 1. So from 1 to 3, I'm available, and then
that wouldn't be bad.
3:30, I have to. Well, by 3, I have to be back. in the
No,
shop.
that worked. Then we could be out of here by 1. Well, depending on who's coming tomorrow and what's happening.
Alright. Accelerator pump.
Or if you guys even want to do it at my studio because it's air conditioned.
Yeah.
Alright. Your diaphragm for it.
Okay.
You're right here. O-ring and then 3 bolts.
So what sport? Football?
Yeah.
What position? Linebacker?
Okay.
Lineman?
Yeah.
One's head is smaller
Cool.
than the other.
Who'd you get picked up by?
UPS. University of Puget Sound.
So
Cool.
this side is larger, riveted. Smaller rivet, smaller rivet.
Mm-hmm.
This is the side that has more of a wear to me in the middle of it from the spring than the bottom.
Okay.
Alright, so I know that the spring is going to be facing on that portion.
Okay.
Alright, the spring also has to go to there, which means that this will face
Tap
like
over.
that. Yep. And then the O-ring will go right in the groove on the house.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do is keep that spring down
Place.
and place this over it to make sure we don't lose that O-ring. And while you hold it in place, since it's there, it's all good.
Does that fit down in there?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll keep firm pressure on that like I did the other one. I'll get the one lined up there.
Don't gorilla it. You don't want to like force those. Just, yeah. Like when you're working with a carburetor, it's not a time to try and like strong arm.
Gotcha.
Whoa, man, arm it. No, right.
There you go. Yeah, let's make this gender neutral here.
Whoa, man. There you go. All right. Looking for a little arm. Little guide. All right. This little fun deal. I should have been on a second ago. But we're cool. So, look at it. The bigger hole in the bottom here
Okay.
is going to be going right here.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to pre-feed it because I know the straight part of the shaft drops straight in that hole, and the other arm has to come into here.
Okay.
So you fishing it. I just want to see how difficult this is going to be to do, and then I'll let you do it. Sometimes I gotta be able to touch it with my own hands real quick to do it.
Gabe, keep an eye on the time, okay?
It's 14.
Let me know when it hits like 4:35,
Good.
and I'll give us time to start wrapping it up.
In a second, we'll pull the roll up.
Mind if I give it a shot?
Remember, don't force it. Right? Like if you're really having a hard time, you guys probably would have already had it finished if you'd have pulled the bowl off, put it on, and put the bowl back together.
That's the smart move. Why would we do that?
I'd like to see if there's another route.
You do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, you know what the right way to do it is, but what do I know? Da-da-da-da-da.
You don't like how I'm doing that. What am I? How do you
Just pop the bowl in. Oh, you're putting that back?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were
It's like,
trying to push the pin.
I know that parental.
Yeah, just go ahead, keep pushing. It'll work.
Oh, it didn't work last time, try it again. Yep.
Okay.
Positive clicks.
Mm-hmm. Now remember,
Those ones.
not that one.
Oh, not that one? Which?
4 in the bowl.
Oh.
Just remember there's springs and all that, so when you do it, just hold it.
No spray on that one.
No? Cool.
And the other little one there was.
Gotcha.
I don't know why you guys aren't just open at night only during the summer.
Tried that. I ended up drinking a lot. Nobody was coming by. I had to kill the time.
No, but if I did that, then you take away from home time.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, so it's like, okay, either I can suffer or we can also suffer. I'd rather just I suffered instead of everybody.
Mass punishment is my motto.
Right. But no, air conditioning will help a lot.
So then if you take the hook, you already put it on there. You hook it from the inside. And then when you go together, you just really got to watch this point first, and then you'll watch that point and make sure that you get started there. It's like a puzzle.
Oh, I'm fucking up.
Okay, you're backwards. Yep.
Like a glove.
It's almost like it was intended to go together that way.
Right?
I'm telling you. Well, it's like when I was younger, I used to get parts, right? And they're new parts. So what happens when they're new parts? Well, they must work, right? Because I just got them, and they wouldn't give me wrong parts.
Yeah.
So a lot of times what I ended up using to learn how to do was make it work. Well, if you have to make it work, it's actually probably the wrong part.
Or it's labeled universal.
Yes.
That's the guaranteed to have to make it work.
Uh-huh. Such a pain in the ass.
Cool. Next deal. That's your old one. Alright, cool. We're gonna go from the top side. And the first thing we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to get the proper needle selection and then the locating pin on the needle here. So there's that white blue card, I think, right there. Okay. So stock engine uses the 45 jet and pointed needle with E-clip, modified air cleaner and exhaust. Modified air. Okay, so we know that you got a modified air cleaner and exhaust. You don't have cams. Those are stock cams in the bike. So 45 slow jetter pilot. Pointed needle with E-clip and third group from top. Okay.
Yeah, or there's you can plug into the toolbox, man. Yep.
And with what kind of clip?
E-clip.
Not to be confused with a C clip.
Ooh, I didn't know that bad.
No.
Alright, so now if you watch the way that it's being held, the grooves would be the top of it. Okay? So now starting at the very top groove, that's 1, 2, 3.
You got it?
So 1, 2, 3.
All right, I want to get it on camera so that way if it picks up, we got it on camera. Well, I can kind of get it. It's out of focus. That's close enough.
Make sure it's fully seated for you.
These little fuckers are sharp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't use the back of a finger.
And my fingernail.
Yeah.
Or you can push it down.
Push it on the table. There you go.
Almost.
Yep, there
Yep.
it is.
There she is. All right, third one.
Cool. So now what we're gonna do is this little dude, slide membrane. There we go. All right. Well, we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna drop it through.
Okay.
This is a retainer and a spring guide. So now that it's sitting on top with the spring pressure, it can't let that needle ever shoot back up and out of it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So now what we're gonna do is there is a directional deal to this. Okay. And you got to carry it though. Don't let it fall because we don't want to have this hit and
Right.
dent that needle. So just to show you how I will start to line it up. You see how it's not going to line up for me right now?
Yeah.
Up top here, I can't even
So
get it.
it's not.
So you go 180. There. Okay. These fins right here are actually offset, so you can't put it in backwards. It won't line up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let you drop that in there. It should be able to fall straight into that hole because it's the guide.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, now the trick with the cap is the same as the base. Once we get it into that position,
Does it matter that there's like dust and stuff?
yeah, we're going to clean that out. So I like to go around, try to stay, it's too warm right now. Alright, so let's look at the lid on this, and sometimes you can tell
There's a divot on this one. These ones have
yeah, they got
divots.
the divots too, but the indention ring is from a fastener directly on it.
Okay.
This one doesn't quite have the same circle dent on it
Okay.
because it's underneath this cap right here.
Gotcha.
So I just like to keep things in the same direction. So that goes into the center of the spring. And if we have to, we will loosen that big old dude up. So let's pull the hat and the spring off. The larger Phillips. Yeah, that's gonna be in that driver moment. You turn to the right. Turn the other way.
This way, right?
There you go. Yep, now you can spin around. Just when they get a little ate up in there.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So now we're able to just wiggle that off, right? Because it just guides on that pin
Right.
and then throw the stop. So now you can get that cap on.
Don't forget that. Yeah, there you go.
Alright, now on this point right here, before I actually start to screw down, I like to kneel down so I can look right at the gap here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I like to wiggle this thing, kind of like pushing it like this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then go around and make sure that the gap that you're seeing is equal in all areas, because it'll give you a big giveaway if it's popped out somewhere.
It's not.
Okay, cool. So then keep your pressure that you got,
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and we'll install the 4 cap screws. And
Yes, we went and got you all brand new hardware.
so don't put one in there yet. Oh, sorry, dude.
No, you're good. I just want to get it back off before you.
Okay. There it goes.
This one's on first.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. I'll show you how we're going to test it. Make sure that that membrane or the diaphragm cell on top there is
Mm-hmm.
perfect, and I'll show you how this carb works in a second. So once that thing is sealed, then it's subject to our pressure and vacuum differences to see it actually how it works for constant velocity. Okay. One of the first things I like to do is I like to stroke it, right? Hear all that air now?
Yeah.
And how you can just, it's going down perfectly smooth. All right. So if you blow into it, right, the vacuum difference through it
Yeah.
will actually lift that to maintain. So this actually goes up and down as your fluctuation in vacuum occurs to maintain a constant velocity through the whole range. Otherwise, as the vacuum changes, the velocity of everything's changed.
Okay.
All right, so this is considered a constant velocity carburetor, and it does that by the diaphragm that'll lift or lower this because this isn't throttle connected or cable connected. The only
Right.
thing that your cable moves is your throttle plate.
Okay.
And based on the amount of air that's going through here, right? And engine RPMs, everything else, that'll just sit there and float in the different spots that it needs to.
Okay.
The other cool thing is this guy right here. Follow it straight down, over, accelerator pump. That also comes over to your throttle linkage. So every time you hit this, you see how this little arm strokes down? Once there's fluid in there, as soon as it strokes that little smaller diaphragm,
Right.
it squirts just a stream of fuel straight into your engine. So there's no delay on the engine RPM waiting for the fuel from when you do this. Otherwise, your engine would bog for a second and you'd wait for it to wind up and catch up. That allows it to be a crisper throttle response, so you're not waiting for the engine to have the vacuum to drop.
That's awesome.
So CV carburetor with a accelerator pump. Yeah, good carb. So.
Cool. She's ready.
Yeah, the only thing we got to do now is actually on the bike itself. We'll need to get the choke cable right attached with the plunger on it, and then we have the new locking cap for it. It'll go right here, but we're not going to do that till after we put the cable through it and then hook the cable back up to its piston. So, yeah. But, 90% done, I'd say. We have to do that, and we also got to put the float bolt drain plug in, otherwise we'll just be pissing fuel. So, yeah, accelerator pump, main jet, idle jet. Explained all the different circuits. We've gone over the transfer ports, right, that are associated with the idle circuit, accelerator pump function, and used a carburetor tuning chart and a reference chart from the rebuild kit to select our jets. So yeah, it was missing part of it, and that's why we had checked it. So. Okay, now with this, I can build it backwards in my head real easy. Spring has to have a seat so that the spring doesn't rip the rubber. So order of installation will be rubber, spring seat, spring.
So rubber over this.
Mm-hmm.
Spring seat.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, the end of the coil for a spring, right, would dig into the rubber.
Right.
Okay,
There we go.
and then,
Sun.
and that one always feels funny because that spring, it's always trying to push back from you. So get into there until you feel a decent amount of tension, and then we're going to stop there because I'll need to look up the specs.
To set it for factory tuning.
Yeah,
To
and
begin,
then from
yeah.
there, this is the one that we can actually reach into there and
Easily
tweak your tuning.
adjust.
Yes.
Here's magic. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Boner, Corn-Fed, Sinners and Winners, Oakdale Bud. We just wanted to take a moment to say, hey, if you like the things that you're seeing, you want to continue to see more of these, we'd really appreciate it if you guys were to like, follow, subscribe, or stock. All right?
Yeah, because it definitely helps, man. That little button down there or up wherever the hell it is, it does help, man. Because for everybody that watches it, if somebody else watches it and they enjoy it, then we can get to the point where we can have more vets in here and we can build more bikes.
Right, and if you're watching this and thinking about the program, man, you need to come by or give us a call. All right?
Yeah, we'll put the phone number somewhere.
Depending on your web browser, if you're on Linux or something, it could be
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, cool.
Later.